Welcome, Beverley, to this interview. Beverley, can you tell us whereabouts in Victoria where you were born and grew up?
Well, I was actually born in Geelong and I went to Malden when I was 5.
Yep.
Mum took us up there because of the war and they were going to split the families up. And so we ended up at Malden in the bush somewhere. Well, I had this little bike. I think I was the only one that ever had the bike then because you couldn't get them. And I used to ride to school because we lived out, and I used to sing and yodel all the way, and Mum never knew because I didn't do it at home. I just used to do it when I used to go to school. But everyone else who lived in the bush could hear me and they all knew and they told Mum. So she bought me a cheap guitar and I had a couple of lessons with a local man that was in Malden. Yeah, and then I just progressed.
How long did it take you to learn the guitar?
I've never really learned it. No, it's I only had a few lessons. I'm not a great guitarist, but I can do it for myself. What I do, I can do for me, you know.
Yep. Can you tell us about your appearance on Dick Fair's Amateur Hour?
Yes, I was 11.
Yep.
And that was the show at the time. It used to be on every Thursday night on the radio, and they had X amount of people, and people voted for you. So, and I won that, and so as a result of that, I went to where'd I go? To Hobart, to the Theatre Royal, and I was over there for a month, you know, doing 6 nights a week for the month, and then when I came back home, I got a lot of things that I used to do, a lot of jobs, and I ended up going to Melbourne to live because I had lots of offers to do things. So I went to Melbourne, finished my schooling down there and did lots of stuff, and then I came back to Bendigo and I travelled with a couple of shows, and then I travelled, when I got married, I travelled with Buddy Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what were those shows like? Buddy Williams show?
Well, very good. We used to, the first show I did, I was with, was a tent show, an outdoor thing. So every night, the young ones would put up the tents, the big tent and all the seats and everything. And after the show was over, it all got packed up again, we'd head off again. It was pretty hard, you know. Not so much for me, but hard for the workers, I suppose. And then later on, Buddy did hall shows. So we used to go to all these halls and do the show at the hall, and then we'd move on. Every day we'd move, and except Monday, and we'd have Monday, I think was the night we had off.
And how long were you with the Buddy Williams show?
Oh, a couple of years. And then I can't remember what I did after that. But I've always been doing something somewhere.
And I believe you also appeared on various TV shows and radio shows.
I did, yes. When I was young and beautiful.
Can you name drop a few of those shows that you appeared on?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us about your first recording session?
Well, I was only 12.
Yep.
And you just did it. There was no, none of this. I mean, half the sounds that you hear now in recordings they're all make-believe, you know, they're all false. But what you did, that was it. And there was only one microphone for your guitar, nothing for your guitar, just the one microphone, that was it. That was the first one, and then later on, much later on, when Ollie and I did our one in Geelong, which was more modern, done in a more modern way, because they had new equipment, you know. There was no equipment before, and then that's when Ollie and I did ours together, our yodeling one, and then I did mine, and we took 1 week to do ours together, and I took a week to do mine in Geelong, yeah, so, but now, and even in that period of time, from then to now, I mean, the stuff they've got in there now is unreal, you know,
All the gadgets.
oh yeah, and even when they're singing and they stop singing, well, they stop singing, but in actual fact you're hearing it keeps on going, and people think, oh, what a note, you know, but they're not really doing it. It's the equipment carries it on, you know.
Computerized.
So it's all very untrue. A lot of this stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because I believe that the new stuff they have today, if you can't reach a note, they can bring you up.
Bring you up.
Which is all false, as you were saying. It's not right. You know, it's.
I know, and even now they're saying that a lot of because dancing has become a huge part of performing now, I feel. You know, no one, if you go to a show, for example, I'm a great fan of Pink,
Yeah.
believe it or not, and you know, her show is amazing to watch, and I went to see Dolly Parton and Tom Jones, and you know, they're really visual things, because they're dancing and they're carrying on. Well, of course, when you're dancing around, I used to think, how do they get the breath to carry on singing? Well, of course, they're miming. 9 out of 10 of them are miming, and it's just, I don't know, I just feel it's not quite real. Yeah.
And Beverley, how many albums have you released?
Oh, well, there's 4, but
Yep.
2 were compilations. And then there was, oh, well, the one I did when I was 11, 12, that was 78.
That was an old 78.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were those songs?
Feel Such As I.
Yep.
There was just, it was just one each side,
Yep.
one song each side. Feel Such As I and, you're going back a bit, you know. Mother Palin, Sweetheart, I think it might have been.
Beautiful song.
Because, and to this day, I still do those songs because they're what I like to do. I like the stories in country music, and I've never liked other music. I love all music, but always it's just since I was, little, it was always country music, that because of the stories and true or not, they were stories.
No, that's right. Have you ever been to Tamworth?
Many times.
Many times?
Many times, until it got a bit iffy. I was quite off-putting the last time I went, and I haven't been for a while. I've got my hands in the cement.
Hands of Fame, yep.
Yeah, and at Barmera as well. But I see the girls. I'm very funny about dressing when I'm performing. I'm always fussy about how I look. And I see the girls up there in these skimpy things, which is fine, but to me it's not fine for country music, and it just kind of got really off-putting and really rocky, so I haven't been there for a long time, and I probably won't go back. I went back once, just on the off-season, because I've been travelling for 20 years in my bus, and I went back just to have a look at the concrete thing. Well, there was no people around.
Yep.
Yeah, but I probably won't ever go back because it's all changed. Everything's changing.
Of your, what would you nominate a highlight of your career in country music?
The Opera House, it was a good thing, the Opera House. A horrible building, but yeah, it was a really good show. I enjoyed that.
When did you perform there?
About 20 years ago, it would have been.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been travelling around in my mobile home.
Yep.
All around, and up until last year, and then I got sick for a while, so I haven't been travelling this last 12 months much, but there's nothing like it, I really miss that. Yeah.
And Beverley, have you written any of your own songs?
I wrote one. Can't remember what it was now.
Has it been recorded?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not that way. I'm not good like that.
Oh, okay. If you had your life over, would you ever change anything?
Couple of things.
I meant to do with country music or to do.
Yes, because when I was, like nowadays, the kids move out of home at 15, and off they go with Joe Blow, and they live with people, and they just go out into the world. But we didn't do that, that wasn't the done thing. And when I was about 14, there was this chap in Melbourne who wanted to take me under his wing, like manage me,
Yep.
which is, I really wish I could have done that, because you have to have someone do this. But things being as they were, and my mother being as she was, I wasn't allowed to do this. And I would really have liked to have done that, yeah. But nowadays they do it because they just do it, don't they?
And most definitely. And Beverley, to sum it up, you do still perform on stage?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Yes. What are the main songs that you get encores for? Like people come up and ask you to sing.
there's always the yodeling songs that they love.
Yep.
And You're My Best Friend.
Oh, I love that.
And that's a very, very popular song. Depending where you are. Now, if you go into a hotel and perform for 4 hours, as you do, years ago you could just get up with your guitar and that doesn't happen much now. So I got all backing tracks, which I hate, and well, the people won't pay for bands in a lot of places. And some of those bands are 4, 5, 6 people, and they want big dollars, and the publicans, they say they can't afford it. So the only way to kind of do a bit of things is to get up, and they've got one person to worry about, and that's, say, me. They just pay me. So I've got special ones that I do at the pubs. There, 3 parts of them are country.
Yep.
But the others are a little bit off beaty ones that I hate doing. But you have to go with what the situation is. Yeah, and if you go to other places and you don't sing real country, they're not happy. So every audience is different, and you just got to go with, after the first couple of songs, you know what they're after, and you just got to do what they want you to do.
Are there any awards that you have won over the years or have earned?
Oh, I've got
recognition?
lots. Yes, I had lots of cups and silver cups and stuff. Yeah, yeah, I've got lots of goodies. Yeah, but
And
travelling the way I do, living the way I do. I mean, I don't have a lot of room in my bus, so you know, you make do with other things, and so I've got stuff stored away, which eventually I'll get out, I suppose, from where it is. Yeah, but you know, there's so much to see, and out in the country there, up at Wilkenya and all that, you know, it's just so good, you know, and they all love all the music. It's just really good, yeah.
And I noticed that, and people will be able to see it in the film, that you have 2 CDs there, one with you and Olive Bice.
Yes.
And one solo.
Yes.
Are they still readily available?
Yes, I've still got them. I still sell them. You sell them normally on your jobs. But remarkably, I got a letter from Canada about a month ago.
Yep.
From a chap who just loves yodeling, and I don't know how he knew about it. He wrote to me, and I sent him 2 over. Yeah, and I thought, wow, you know, how would that be? But not being computer literate,
Yep.
maybe he saw something on the computer, I don't know. But I thought that was pretty funny.